Do you have what it takes to beat the best? The trivia legend, Ken Jennings. The historian, Muffy Morocco. The chess wizard, Jonathan Corblaw. It's time for Mastermind. Here's your host, Brooke Burns.
Hello and welcome to Masterminds, a game of trivia, smarts, and strategy. Let's meet our challengers. He's an Army veteran, lawyer, and devoted dad from Seattle. Say hello to Matt. She was in an a cappella group and likes arts and crafts. Give it up for Allison. And he's a teacher, and his father worked for NASA. From Lanham, Maryland, welcome, Lee. Are you guys ready to face our masterminds?
Ready.
Yeah. Great. Let's do it. Hello.
Hey, Brooke.
How are you guys doing?
I am ready to play.
You ready to play?
I get physically antsy during this part of the show when we're not playing. It's like, when's the trivia gonna start, Brooke?
Okay, let's go.
Okay, that's what I like to hear.
Here's how we play. I'll ask you a series of trivia questions over 3 rounds of escalating difficulty. At the end of the game, the highest scoring challenger will face the highest scoring mastermind in the ultimate trivia challenge for $10,000. That's right. And if a challenger wins, they'll get to come back to compete again. And if a challenger wins 3 times, they will be crowned a mastermind and potentially take the place of one of our masterminds on this stage.
Potentially.
Right, Ken?
Potentially.
Potentially.
We're not making any promises. No warranties express or implied.
Does anyone here like trivia as much as Ken? Ah! I was hoping there was at least one.
Everyone's at least mildly into trivia.
I wanted to say yes, but I feel like the bar is so high.
I got you. In round 1, there are 7 subjects, each with a corresponding question. All challengers and masterminds will play. Correct answers are worth 100 points. Good luck, you guys. The first subject is cards. In a game of bridge, who is partnered with East and seated directly across from them? North, South, or West? The correct answer is West. Challengers, how do we do? Yes, 100 points across the board. Well done, masterminds. And 100 points for you as well.
Bridge is derived from a game called whist from the 19th century. And there's all kinds of bridge, but most popular is contract bridge.
Do people still play bridge? It feels like such an old-timey thing to do.
I have a friend who plays, and
Yeah.
he's kind of youngish. He's in his
Yeah.
30s, and they're so excited that there's somebody that young playing bridge.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's
big news for them in
kind
that
of like
world.
a novelty. The next subject is newspapers. In Gary Trudeau's long-running comic strip Doonesbury, to what does the title name refer? A business, a person, or a town? The correct answer is person. Challengers, how'd we do? Okay, the gentlemen, Matt and Lee, 100 points apiece. Well done. Masterminds. Muffy and Ken, 100 points for the 2 of you.
Gary Trudeau actually started the strip while he was at Yale, and the main character is Mike Doonesbury.
Thank you, Muffy. The next subject is geography. The seafaring Phoenicians were based out of which modern-day country? Egypt, Lebanon, or Italy? The correct answer is Lebanon. Challengers? All right, Matt and Lee, another 100 points for the 2 of you. Well done, masterminds. 100 points across the board.
Our alphabet actually comes from the Phoenicians via the Greeks and many other people, but
Nice.
we still have Phoenician letters. We couldn't even play this game without them. Thank you, Phoenicians.
Thank you to the Phoenicians.
If you're watching,
Thank you, Ken. The next subject is, which came first? Which came first, Snap, Crackle, or Pop? Snapchat, Crackle TV, or Pop-Tarts Crunch? And the correct answer is Pop-Tarts Crunch. Challengers, did we know this one? All right, Matt, well done, 100 points. Masterminds, how about you guys? Okay, 100 points across the board.
Pop-Tarts Crunch came out in the 90s, while both Snapchat and Crackle TV are 21st century inventions.
Latery, have you ever had a Pop-Tart Crunch?
I am a cereal fanatic.
The next subject is words. Which of these, as presented here, is an ambigram? Ambulance, race car, or swims? All right, the correct answer is swims. Challengers. All right, well done, Allison and Lee, 100 points apiece. Masterminds, 100 points for all of you.
So race car is a palindrome. It reads the same backwards and forwards, but swims is if you flip it upside down, it would say swims.
The next subject is cats. Purina says that when calculating a cat's age, the first 2 years of a cat's life are about equal to how many of a human? 25, 14, or 4? And the correct answer is 25. Challengers, how'd we do? Oh, nobody on this one. Okay, masterminds, do you know this? Okay, Muffy and Ken, well done.
So it works out roughly for cats and dogs. It's about 7 human years to 1 pet year, but they actually reach maturity after 2 years, and then it's sort of, the pace sort of slows after that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was gonna ask, it's the same for dogs then? Like
Roughly.
the first 2 years
Roughly?
kind of like... Roughly.
Nice.
Roughly.
All right, thank you, Muffy. The last subject is history. 19th century outlaw Harry Longabaugh was best known by what nickname? Black Bart, the Sundance Kid, or Johnny Ringo? And the correct answer is the Sundance Kid. Challengers, come on, yeah! That's the way to end the round, 100 points apiece. Well done. Masterminds, 100 points across the board.
So in the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, he was played by Robert Redford, which gave the name to the Sundance Film Festival that Robert Redford founded.
Oh, wow, that's very cool. That's it for round 1. Matt and Lee, you are tied with 500 points for our challengers. Well done. And on our mastermind side, we have 2 perfect scores between Ken and Muffy. Congratulations. When we return, the points get higher and the questions get more difficult as we get closer to determining who will play for $10,000. It's more masterminds right after this. Back to Masterminds. In this round, the first challenger and the first mastermind to buzz in will get the chance to answer and build their score. There are 5 subjects and correct answers are now worth 200 points, but wrong answers will cost you 200 points. At the end of this round, the challenger and the mastermind with the lowest scores will be eliminated. Are you ready? Let's play. The first subject is myths. In Arthurian legend, what is the name of the mentoring wizard? Matt and Muffy are the first to buzz in. Matt, what's your answer?
Merlin.
Merlin. Muffy?
Merlin.
Merlin. The correct answer is Merlin. Well done. 200 points for you, Matt, and 200 points for you, Muffy.
Merlin was very influential. He's the one who suggested having a round table because that meant everybody was equal. Nobody was at the head.
That's magical knowledge.
Sharing is caring.
Really? He's a wizard and he designs furniture? Isn't that a little beneath him?
Thank you, Muffy. The next subject is drinks. Similar to licorice in flavor, which spice is used as a flavoring in the Greek cordial ouzo? Jonathan and Lee are the first to buzz in. Lee, what did you say?
Anise.
Anise. Jonathan?
I also said anise.
Anise. Is the correct answer anise? Yes, it is. And that's 200 points for Lee and 200 points for you, Jonathan, as well. Well done. The next subject is games. In the standard Staunton design of chess pieces, which one has a cross on the top? Muffy and Matt. Everyone's locked? Matt?
King.
Muffy?
I said the bishop just because I wanted to beat Jonathan.
The bishop.
Well, here we go. It looks like somebody just got checkmated.
Oh, snap! The correct answer is, if Jonathan didn't already give it away, King! 200 points for you, Matt. Well done. Muffy, so sorry. We got to take 200 points away.
Educate me.
Please.
So Howard Staunton designed his famous Staunton set in the 19th century in such a way that the even illiterate people of England can, learn how to play chess. The king being the tallest piece and going all the way down to the pawn.
There you go.
And the reason it's the tallest is it has the cross on top. I can keep going. This is a subject I know a lot about.
I can see that. I was going to say, speaking of wizards, the chess wizard himself.
Call me for lessons.
The next subject is the Bible. According to a general consensus of biblical scholars, what was the first miracle that Jesus performed? Allison and Ken are the first to buzz in. Allison, what did you say?
I said turning water into wine.
Turning water into wine. Ken?
Water to wine.
Water to wine. Are they right? Correct answer is turning water into wine. Well done, Allison. 200 points added to your score, and 200 for you as well, Ken.
That's a smart opening act. That gets the crowd on your side when you turn water to wine.
Yeah.
You get invited to every party after that.
Yeah. Every wedding.
It's time for the final question of this round. This question is worth 400 points. This will determine who moves on to the next round. Here is your final subject. The subject is legalese. Before a trial, potential jurors are selected through what process whose French name means to speak the truth? Ken and Lee are the first to buzz in. Lee, what's your answer?
Voir dire.
Voir dire. Ken?
I'm glad I didn't have to say it first. I also said voir dire.
Voir dire. The correct answer for 400 points is voir dire. Well done, Lee. 400 points added to your score, which means that you and Matt will be moving on to the next round. Congratulations. Allison, thank you so much for being here and playing. It was lovely to have you. And Ken, we're going to add 400 points to your score, which means that you are moving on. But we have a tie between Muffy and Jonathan that has to be broken right now with this next question. What body is 400 times smaller than the sun, but also 400 times closer to the Earth, making them both look the same size? Jonathan.
The moon.
The moon. To move on, is the moon correct? It is! Well done, Jonathan's moving on with Ken. Muffy, we'll see you next time. When we come back, it's Challenger versus Challenger and Mastermind versus Mastermind to determine who will compete in the ultimate trivia showdown for $10,000. More Masterminds after this. Comes down to this. Which challenger will face the top mastermind for $10,000? We're about to find out. But first, let's get to know them a little better. Matt, tell me where you served in the Army.
I served in the 10th Mountain Division at Fort Drum, New York, as a field artillery officer from 98 to 2002. And one of our major deployments was to Kosovo for the peacekeeping force there in about 2001.
Wow, that sounds intense.
It was more peacekeeping, so it wasn't really, I would say, super action-packed, but it was a good mission.
Still, thank you so much for your service.
You're very welcome.
Really appreciate it. And Lee, what do you teach?
I'm a high school history teacher. I'm in my 35th year of teaching. I have enjoyed every single day in the classroom. It has been a wonderful experience to help young people grow and prepare them for their adult lives.
For 35 years. Unbelievable. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank
you. All right.
you.
Good luck, gentlemen.
Thank you.
In this round, first the challengers and then the masterminds will face off in a timed trivia battle. The first question will be worth 500 points, and each question that follows will be worth an additional 100 points. It's anyone's game. Challengers, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Let's put 60 seconds on the clock. Good luck. And your time starts now. 500 points, playfully explaining a diatonic scale. The song Do Re Mi is from what movie musical? Matt.
Sound of Music.
Correct. 600 points, deriving its atomic symbol from the Latin word aurum. What is the most ductile and malleable metal? Lee.
Gold.
Correct. 700 points. Used in Indian cuisine, ghee is a clarified, ultra-rich version of what cooking ingredient? Lee.
Butter.
Correct. 800 points. For almost 70 years, what Canadian province abutting British Columbia has claimed to be rat-free? Matt.
Alberta.
Correct. 900 points. In Russia, on what date is International Workers' Day celebrated? Lee.
May 1st.
Correct. 1,000 points. Also called kettle drums, what percussion instruments are tuned drums, meaning they can play different notes? Lee.
Timpani.
Correct. 1,100 points. Samuel Adams is credited with giving what title to the deadly events of March 5th, 1770? Lee.
Boston Tea Party.
No, Matt.
Boston Massacre.
Correct. 1,200 points. In Olympic weightlifting, the dual motion of lifting barbells from floor to shoulder then overhead is called what? That is time! Lee, you just won $1,000. Congratulations! And not only that, but the chance to play for $10,000. Matt, thank you so much for playing. It was great to have you. Now we just have to determine which mastermind you'll be facing. All right, gentlemen, you know how this works. 60 seconds on the clock, and your time starts now. 500 points. Against popular opinion, Thomas Jefferson wrote that finding seashells in the Andes wasn't proof of what biblical event? Jonathan.
Noah's Ark.
Correct. 600 points. Beginning in 1972, the train system known as BART serves cities along what bay? Jonathan.
The San Francisco Bay.
Correct. 700 points. Based on a product it designed for the military, Bausch & Lomb began marketing what iconic sunglasses in 1937? Ken.
Ray-Bans?
Correct. 800 points. In the novel by English author D.H. Lawrence, what is the name of Lady Chatterley's lover? Ken.
Oliver Mellers.
Correct. 900 points. Pumpernickel is a sourdough bread made primarily from what type of flour? Ken.
Rye.
Correct. 1,000 points. Which essayist wrote Slouching Toward Bethlehem and a memoir about her marriage titled The Year of Magical Thinking? Ken.
Joan Didion.
Correct. 1,100 points. What aquatic mammals are known to hold hands while asleep in the water to avoid drifting apart? Jonathan.
Seals?
No. Ken.
Oh, otters.
Correct. 1,200 points. Which handsome Greek god was fought over by Aphrodite and Persephone? Time! Ken, you're still tonight's top mastermind. Well done, Jonathan. We'll see you next time. That means that Lee and Ken will be going head-to-head in our ultimate trivia showdown. Can Lee win $10,000 and take one step closer to becoming a mastermind? Find out when we come back. Welcome back to Masterminds. Lee has won $1,000 and will now face the trivia legend, Ken Jennings, in the ultimate trivia showdown for $10,000. Here's how we play. This final round involves 5 questions. I'll read them one at a time, and Lee and Ken will write down their responses. Once they've locked in, I will reveal the correct answers. If Lee gets the highest score, he will win $10,000. And there's more. With a win, Lee will return to compete again. And if he wins 2 more times, then he will be crowned a mastermind. Lee, what will you do if you win the money?
I'd like to buy a house in Italy with my son. There are small villages in Italy losing population, and the government will sell you a house for about €1 if you promise to renovate it and live in it. So my son already lives in Spain. Hi, William. That's what I would do with the money.
That's beautiful. What an amazing project for a father and son to embark on.
Thank you.
All right, good luck, Lee.
Thank you.
It is now time to find out if Lee will win $10,000. Let's begin. Here's your first question. What daily event during the annual San Fermin festival in Pamplona, Spain, is known as El Encierro? Lee, your answer is?
The running of the bulls.
Running of the bulls. Ken?
Running of the bulls.
Running of the bulls as well. The correct answer is running of the bulls. Well done, gentlemen. And it's 1-1. Here's your second question. Title I, Chapter 4 of what Southern state's code establishes the official pronunciation of the state? All right, Lee, you said?
Mississippi.
Mississippi. Ken?
Arkansas? Arkansas? I hope I'm saying it right.
Arkansas. The correct answer is Arkansas. Okay, and it's 1-2. Here's your third question. What cake decorating technique uses a metal-tipped bag to draw or write with icing or gel? Lee, you said?
Piping.
Piping. Ken, you said?
I wrote ganache.
Ganache. The correct answer is piping. Well done, Lee. All right, we evened up the score there, and now it's 2-2. And here's your fourth question. Built by the Romans from thin panes of mica, specularia were early versions of what colorful buildings? Right, Lee, you said?
Observatories.
Observatories. Ken, what did you say?
Greenhouses.
Greenhouses. The correct answer is greenhouses. Okay, it's 2-3. Lee, you need to get this next one right to have a chance. Good luck. Here we go. Here is your final question. Set in Harlem, what James Baldwin novel has a Memphis locale in its title? Lee, what did you say?
I said Cotton Club.
Cotton Club. Ken, what did you say?
If Beale Street Could Talk.
If Beale Street Could Talk. And the correct answer is If Beale Street could talk. Oh, nice try, Lee. Still, you won $1,000. Thank you so much for playing. You played a great game. You got to go head-to-head with the legend, and the legend continues. Join us next time to see who can outsmart the best players in the world right here on Masterminds.